Yeah. I'm almost set up. I'm so close, okay? I'm so close. We're gonna get there. And I've got a burrito waiting for me to eat it, so, like, I need to get this done. Oh, no. Oh, no. Y'all don't see what's going... Oh, my freaking crap. Y'all don't see what's going on my side of things, and that's probably for the best, because I'm making a lot of noises. A lot of those noises. Oh my gosh. Okay, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Everybody, let's go ahead and come on back. Well, welcome on back to Kuso6rande, everybody. I'm Rosentia, your host for the show. We are on to the loser's bracket of Kuso6rande, which means that somebody from all of these matches today will be eliminated and out. We are down to about 30, maybe 29 people left. We're getting close. We're like starting to get close to the end of this tournament, and I love it. Well, let's go ahead and do a quick reveal of all of the GMs. First, Iron GM Hot Dog Crimes, Zavane Close, Iron GM Kusoge Fairy. I have a feeling I didn't change the picture here. Yeah, that's not supposed to be. Just a sec. Try to set up everybody. No, that's also not the correct picture, but it's the right person. It's gonna be Garb. It's Garb. There. How about that? Y'all happy? I fixed it. And finally, Dana, aka Iron GM. Wait, you're still here. Indeed he is. Well, our first player decided to give Dana a little bit of love, but unfortunately the other player opted for Garb. So no Dana, no Garb. We've got Zavane choosing the game for the second match. Zavane, come on in and talk to me. I love how much Dana just doesn't get chosen. Poor Dana. Oh, hello, Zavane. Welcome.
Hey, bro. Thank you.
Well, I'm super excited for this game. I don't know what I know about it. I'm not sure. Did you give them a mean game because they didn't choose you out of love?
I love that you asked that because sort of yes. Once again, I was not chosen. My heart is in shambles. Anyways, I have this game right here that I'm very excited about.
Yeah. If they break your hearts, you absolutely have to break them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what do we have?
We have Time Commando for the PlayStation 1.
Activision, how could that go wrong?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
But
I see the
wrong
opening
it did go.
cutscene here. This is hideous.
Yeah, it's an experience, this game.
Yeah,
and I already see people reacting in chat. People have seen this game. It's sort of a hidden gem, I guess, in a way.
By hidden gem, you mean pretty bad gem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not so good-looking gem at all, really.
Yeah, well, I'm really excited. You know, even though I have learned about a whole lot of video games out there are still some that I somehow have missed. And Time Commando for the PlayStation 1 is one of those. But you know what? We're going to be able to enlighten me today. Thank you so much, Zavane, for being the enlightener.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh my gosh. These cutscenes, they're so good.
Yeah, the visual style is quite something. For those who haven't experienced it.
I had to switch as soon as possible. That way you can see what I'm seeing, because you need to. Let's see if we can get the sound.
Yakasam is on the 3-minute long intro cutscene, I think.
Training could have prepared him for the dangers ahead.
Something like that.
And only
Something.
you can help him as he begins his battle through time.
You're saying this is from the creator of Alone in the Dark? You mean Infogrames? Did Infogrames make this?
That's a good question. I usually leave stuff like that to you. I don't know, actually. But I suppose we'll have time to find out.
Oh,
And
this
chat
looks
will
like a
certainly
quality
enlighten
demo.
us.
Aha!
Yeah. We just need everyone to head to the screen, the difficulty screen right there.
Okay, as soon as I see difficulty, I will do the countdown for them.
And here's the kicker, right? As we've all noted, I was not chosen for this, so they are playing this game.
Okay,
hard.
we're gonna go to hard, apparently, and they get to suffer through the difficulty. Everybody needs to spam emotes, so what would be appropriate to spam right now?
That's a good question. Anything time travel related, maybe?
And there's gonna be time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clocks, time, prehistoric era stuff, because we're gonna spend a long time in there. I'll say that much.
Ooh. Do we get cutscenes to begin with? Oh, we're skipping.
Just we're traveling through time. That's
tigers.
Tigers, yes, we will certainly see.
Oh yeah, I like it. Wait, I know this game. Sorry.
Yeah, you've seen it.
I think I've played this.
Oh, I see. Yeah. This is not like a game from my childhood or anything. It's a game I found while actually looking for Kuso games.
Yeah.
And this one leaves an impression. There's no two ways about that.
Yeah, by the way, everybody, if you hear crumpling from something, it is probably my burrito. So don't get too surprised. Don't worry. I'm not turning into a plastic bag. I'm just eating a burrito.
Yeah, so what's there to tell about this game? I suppose the first thing I noticed anyways is like the full motion video sort of background that's scrolling as you move through the level. Certainly something I don't think was used much at the time, and I only really know that this is an early era PS1 game because you can't play with the analog sticks on this one. It's all D-pad and controls.
Yeah, that's not great. Like, I've had worse, but
go on. Let me tell you, I'm very excited to see how this goes, because as many times as I've been worried about like difficulties for games I give out here, this is probably the worst time, or rather I'm the most
worst.
unsure how this is gonna be. Yeah, I feel guilty. That's the correct term. Yeah. Because this game is hard. It's really, really hard, and the AI is not fair. If you get like pushed up against a wall or something, you bet you're behind that they're gonna stun lock you until you die. And yeah, that's a simultaneous game over for the players here.
Now, this was made by Adeline Software International. We have already had chat yelling at me that this was the creator, the guy who made Alone in the Dark, because there was only one guy who made it, also was the one guy who made this game for Adeline Software International. They also made another game called Little Big Adventure Enhanced Edition, or at least worked on that, possibly publishing it. I don't really see anything on their list here that gives me confidence in their abilities, though. However, Frederick Reynell is the person who had the idea for Alone in the Dark. He was the director for it. He also worked on the PC version of Draken, which I own, but I have never played.
Yeah, sounds familiar, but I can't say I've played it.
Oh my gosh, either. I love Draken. The Super Nintendo version is legendary.
Oh, yes, the Draken. Now I remember.
Yeah, Dragon Dark has run that multiple times, and it is certainly something. Yeah.
And that's from the same developer you're saying?
Well, yeah, the same person who created this, or got credited for creating this.
That is pretty funny, yeah. Another
Oh my
thing,
gosh, this music is smooth. What? One of the creators of Fantasia for Genesis appears to have been the lead designer for this game. And that's not a good sign.
Yeah,
Fantasia
that's
is
not a
bad.
good game. That's
It's
a very
so-
bad game. But some more basic things about the game. You've got your health bar in the top left. You've got your enemy's health bar in the top right, usually when you're engaged in a fight with someone. And then the other bar that's more center right, I guess, is basically a time limit. If you dilly-dally too long, that's going to fill up and you're going to get a game over. And the only way to combat that is playing, I guess, sort of fast and also picking up those blue little ships that are microchips that are spread around the level, which will, at the end, when you finish a level, it will reduce the gauge.
Okay.
So that's sort of the basic stuff and things to look out for. And also, of course, as many Kuso games, this also has probably looks more solid. I actually don't know, but it probably looks more solid than it is. Like to actually fight as they're doing, like they're throwing punches, they kick, they guard from time to time. It's quite awkward. Like it.
At least for me, I'm going to go ahead and say that this does not look better than it is. This looks about how it should.
Yeah, you haven't
Mind
played
you,
it, yeah.
I actually am impressed with the 3D models and how smooth they're moving, but that's also because they don't have to render anything else, other than some of the objects. Whenever it transitions from one area to the next, it's just video. That's all it is.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, to actually fight, you have to hold down the square button and then push directions on the D-pad. So like up is a kick, as I recall, like the big old kick, and I think right is just a stab of some sort, a punch or a stab, I suppose, depending.
Yeah.
And down is guard from attacks. All while sort of like being planted to the floor in a sort of a combat stance.
Yeah. It looks like this game doesn't really have there wasn't a manual available for you to find, but you did have a fan translated.
Yes,
where was
I
this
did.
released?
I think all over the place, but I just think I don't think there's one available online, really. I think that's the main thing.
Apparently Flannel Cat does have the manual on her desk, so confirmed it does exist in English. But yeah, these controls are a little bit difficult. But remember, if you've ever played Alone in the Dark, one, all of the spinning objects will look very familiar, and two, you'll know that every single attack combined with directions will do something a little bit different. So I'd say maybe if you've played one of those games before, it might be easier to figure out how attacks work in this. Windmaster just trying to destroy this gorilla,
and I feel like he's gonna be destroyed in a second now. Yeah,
that didn't take long.
Yeah, that's hard difficulty for you right there.
What a butt.
I struggled. I really did in trying to decide whether to give this game out on hard or not. But after, first I asked the GM, other GMs, and I won't name names, but people were encouraging me to go on the warpath. But in the end, I
was one of them too. I was like, be mean. They didn't give you love. Why should you give them any? No, give them time, Commando.
And also, I did ask the players. I asked them if they wanted pain or extra spicy pain. And credit to them, they decided on the extra spicy kind.
This is certainly spicy. I'm trying to remember. I feel like, you know, even though we're in prehistoric world right now, you go all over the place in this game.
There's several worlds. I think maybe 9 or 10, something like that.
Ooh.
Time traveling worlds. So there's a decent chunk of content, that's for sure. But I'll be honest, I think we're not gonna see a whole ton of it.
Yeah. This is not easy.
It is not easy, and we only get a continue if we manage to beat the whole of the prehistoric era, and that's like at least 2 levels. Yeah. So this is gonna be a struggle, and I think the winner will be the one who manages to really figure out kind of the best cheese strats, honestly. Like, I told the players, explore the controls. Explore the controls. They need to know their tools, because there are all of them, and they need to know what works and what doesn't. Because things like sidestepping is also a thing with the R2 and L2 buttons, I think. And if you don't use all of your available tools, it's gonna be a bad time.
Yeah, honestly, like that's the key to Kuso6rande, just learning the various controls. And because we have tons of different attacks in this game, you're gonna have to experiment and just see what works the best, considering that the attacks are also different when you have a weapon.
Very true. And there's a lot of weapons, actually, and I hope we'll get to see a fair few of them.
Yeah, Karozy is asking if I played this for a sub choice, and I feel like I did. So I do remember that, you know, any of the weapons that have a long range are essential. You want to get those, and you want to use those. And until you have them, you just got to learn how to cheese the enemies. And then once you get a weapon that actually has reach, it's almost a little bit playable. Almost.
Yeah, the enemy that Yakasam is fighting right now is probably one of the first roadblocks, because he just pokes, as you said, with long range.
I love it. Poke with a blunt weapon.
Yeah.
That's the stupidest way to attack with a blunt weapon, okay? Don't do it.
It's super stupid, and it's super effective in this game for whatever reason.
So I'm taking a look at a review on Game FAQs by Count Dracula. Okay, thank you, Count. This game is absolutely no fun. You will not want to play it again, is the title. Essentially, the story is you are Nick. You're working for the government in a lab that is trying to harness time traveling. Another entity plants a virus into the time traveling machine, so you must fight your way from the past to the future and stop the virus. That's the story. Yeah, that's right. They opted for viruses that didn't just have annoying pop-ups. Instead, sending you to the prehistoric age. I mean, that's a good way to get rid of the competition. What are they gonna do? Live with the caveman? It's kind of fun. Okay.
Yeah.
This review says that the graphics are fine. They gave it 6 out of 10. They say the gameplay, in my opinion, is just like my opinion on the graphics. However, they gave the gameplay 2 out of 10. So apparently it's not the same as the graphics. The game is not bad, but not good either. If you die, you will be set back to the beginning of the game. If you miss one key, object, or weapon, when it comes time to need it and you don't have it, well, let's just say you're cemented and can't move on. Also, the camera is crummy. Remember when I said you could mostly tell what is happening? This is what the other side of mostly is. When you are backed into a corner, the camera won't show what is happening and is at a fixed position, so you will die many times. Honestly, saying that it's a camera is I guess technically it is. Like the background and stuff, all of the textures that you see here, it's fixed video, but the camera would be where you are in relation to invisible floors and walls. That's what we get for the camera. Yeah. Sound.
Pretty much.
They said the sound is atrocious. Every time the protagonist bangs into something or is being attacked, the most annoying sound will come out of his mouth. Ugh. Every other sound is consistent with the ugh. How is that the most annoying sound? Okay, you are definitely overstating your hate of the sound here. Replayability. The game is absolutely no fun. In all caps, Maikuyama, you would love this game then. You will not want to play it again, and you might give up before you even finish it, because when you die, you have to start all the way at the beginning. There's a password system, but you probably will not make it past certain levels anyway.
Yeah, because I'm getting destroyed by the monkey there. That's gonna be the big roadblock, I think, at least for the first 30 minutes, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I'll go ahead and give blunt weapons this. If you poke somebody with it, you can push them backwards.
Yeah. Fair. Very diplomatic.
Yeah. Pushing people. Less murderous. Kind of fine.
Also, the game was released in 1996.
Yes.
So apparently quite early in the PlayStation's lifetime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, other games that came out that year, Super Mario 64, you might know that as a game. Duke Nukem 3D and Quake were that year. Resident Evil. I'd say this is... No, I'm not going to say this is on par with Resident Evil. But yeah, like, developers were really just starting to develop real 3D. I'd say Duke Nukem 3D still isn't completely 3D because there's a lot of sprites and such being used in there. But yeah, this game actually sort of tried to go into a 3D realm. Just didn't do great. Tomb Raider, though, also came out this year, which I think Tomb Raider is, even more than Mario 64, showed that adventures can happen in a 3D space, and especially, like, realistic-ish adventures can happen in a 3D space. Like, Tomb Raider was absolutely revolutionary.
Yeah.
Extremely important. Bubsy 3D also came out in 96. We know how that went.
Yeah, also a very revolutionary game. What did you say? Revolutionarily bad.
Yeah. Okay, realistic except for the dinosaurs. I don't know, dinosaurs were real. You don't believe in dinosaurs, Chiron? Wow, Chiron doesn't believe in dinosaurs. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this chatter. Do I, Utah boy? Absolutely. In fact, I lived right next to Dinosaur National Monument and would go multiple times a year to go see the dinosaur bones because they are freaking awesome.
Oh, look at Yakasama right here. Doing some serious damage to the monkey. Oh, not quite.
Yeah, I think there are plenty of people in Utah who don't believe that, either don't believe in the dinosaurs or believe that the dinosaurs were living on other worlds, and essentially God blew up those worlds and then combined various worlds to make our world, and that's why there are dinosaurs here, even though they never technically lived on Earth. And that's one of the religious theories here. But because I lived so close to the fossils, it was kind of hard to be like, yeah, those things that you see, totally fake. No, science says they're here and I can see them and I can touch them. My parents are not the fossils, it's the dinosaurs that are oh my gosh.
Well, counterpoint, God.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, good job at creating a planet that just is full of dinosaurs and then blowing it up. like that's really wasteful, you know? Like, sure, we might be destroying the planet with carbon dioxide and crap, but he literally blew up a planet full of dinosaurs. And I don't like it.
Oh, yeah.
Zalaxon, you're saying that it would be easier to go with they didn't fit on the Ark. Well, the thing is, like... How would they have been stuck in the rocks, huh? The rocks were already there. No. Had to have been another planet. Although, yeah, that sort of is what allows people to be like, yes, I believe that dinosaurs existed technically, but also that the Earth is only 6,000 years old because the dinosaurs lived before that, because they weren't on the Earth, they were on a different planet. Dinosaur planet.
Our math brings forth a good point here. I know that dinosaurs existed because there are dinosaurs in Flintstones, the DOS game.
Okay.
All the proof I need. Yakasami is bullying this monkey right here. Whoa! Nice! We've got some progression.
Yes!
And for
I
sure...
love progress. Good job.
Yeah. For sure, a first... or rather, taking the lead.
My gosh, the walk cycle is so good. He just looks like he needs a good bathroom. Watch out, caveman from the sky, Jakazam. You gotta kill him. Yeah.
Yakasami is feeling it right now. Oh, no! Yeah, and fortunately, Yakasami just picked up a extra life.
Oh,
those,
good.
like,
There are
triangles
extra
or
lives.
Yeah. So, they would have died there, but in fact, they make it through to the second stage of the prehistoric era. Nice. Before the half-hour mark, I'm I'm impressed. I laughed in the middle of my sentence there because Windmaster just typed in Discord, "Why did I pick hard?"
Sorry, I finished my burrito. Or half of my burrito, and I'm gonna save the half for later, so I gotta wrap it up.
All right.
There we go. No more burrito noises for me. Now I can just pay attention to this beautiful game.
Yeah, I could practically hear the question mark there.
I was trying to get the intonation just right for you. Aha.
Another thing that I should mention, as you can see on Windmaster's screen right now, you can actually search for objects around the stage.
Oh,
like
you can.
Yeah, you can pick up, as he did just there, like a stick to stab things with.
Okay.
Different sort of weapons, generally, is what you're gonna find.
Yeah, and honestly, literally anything is better than your fist. Like, the stake isn't so good. You want to upgrade as soon as you're able to the club. And the spear is actually extremely useful because, guess what? You can hit things without being right next to them.
I was gonna say the same thing. The spear is very nice, although that's a game over for Yakasam.
I see a question in chat. Why is the character nearly naked? Let me just say that unless he has jaundice, I'm pretty sure that is a jumpsuit.
Yeah, that's a futuristic jumpsuit for you right there.
Although I would be okay if the future just had you wearing like Speedos. That's right, Speedo future, everybody.
Considering where the global temperatures are heading, maybe.
Yeah. I'm a little fat, but you know what? Not hard on my eyes. I'm wearing a Speedo. In Speedo future. Okay. Windmaster going up against the gorilla.
Exactly.
I think the gorilla's gonna die this time.
Yeah, playing fairly defensive, blocking, doing a good job. The block is a very good tool, but it's somewhat inconsistent as I've experienced it. But it worked fine.
Yeah, Windmaster was able to take good advantage of that. I think that as time goes, they'll find more efficient maneuvers, and honestly, blocking is helping, but I don't think it'll help against every single weapon. I feel like the spear is hard to get past for some reason, and I'm not completely sure why.
It is, but just as you said, having the spear is a big thing. Like, it's very nice. And good on Windmaster here, clearing the first level and keeping the extra life, getting a refill just from clearing the level. So they're fairly set to do some work.
Yeah, having 2 full lives going into the second level definitely makes a pretty big difference. Windmaster absorbing the computer chips. Yeah.
I think it's, maybe. I think it's like giving them back. I'm not really sure.
No, I want computer chips in my body, okay? I'm gonna have the best futuristic Speedo-wearing body ever, okay?
I don't know if you all noticed, but I will say good on Yakasam for trying to stab the woman right there.
Windmaster has the best weapon.
The
giant club, the one that takes about 5 seconds to swing. It's so good.
Yeah, if you mean by best, like actually kind of useless as I recall.
I said what I meant.
But finishing my point, Yagasam tried to stab like the lady that's just sort of passing by, that runs away when she sees you. Doing that is the game deems that a good thing, because if you kill her, you get another one of those extra lives.
Okay. Yeah, good.
She doesn't really fight you in any way. She throws a rock and then runs away. But the game, rewards you for your bloodthirst.
Oh, you know what? I would love to have a computer chip in my body that processes anxiety. That way I can just let my brain not deal with it. It goes to the computer chip. Computer chip just runs through it and sends whatever relevant information is needed back to my body, and then it's great. No more.
Yes, please.
Technically I still have anxiety and have some of the effects from it. It's just it's not really on my mind all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would love that.
The anxiety processor. By the end, anxiety has been processed.
Here we go. Windmaster has gotten his hand on a spear.
Yeah, but Windmaster is also dead. I feel like Windmaster is going to go for a different weapon, probably the club here. That might be better against these monkeys, but it definitely is not better later on.
Exactly. These enemies in particular are kind of hard to hit, especially when they're standing in the slope.
Yeah.
But the spear will be very nice later on. Thankfully, they still had their extra life, so not out of it yet. And I think we can actually... Oh, there's another one.
Oh,
Sneaky.
hello, Essentia. This certainly is a game we went back in time to stop a computer virus. Actually, no, I guess we got sent back in time by a computer virus. And we're really annoyed.
This will be interesting to see as well. Windmaster is gonna need to clear this jump right
looks like
here.
We're gonna have to jump. Yeah!
Hey, very nice.
At least he's got good legs. They look skinny. But that's because they're pure muscle and bone.
Exactly.
A little bit of bone, not a whole lot of bone, just enough, the right amount of bone.
Yeah, the right amount.
The right amount of bone to make the jump.
Not the wrong amount, mind you.
Yeah.
The right amount.
I mean,
not too much, not too little. Yeah.
Too much, it'd be too heavy. Too little, you're just gonna break at the knees every time you try to jump.
Windmaster has to be careful here because you can very much just jump off the edge if you're unlucky.
And if he has no leg bones, he's just gonna have like a pool of legs. They'll just be mushy. Ugh. Ugh, I'm imagining his noodle legs. Have to walk on his hands if he does it. You can't jump like that. Noodle legs.
Here's the boss of the prehistoric era. Let's see how it goes.
Bear. Rawr.
This is where I would consider switching weapon.
Yeah, the spear is helpful against the bear. Time to eat your triangles.
That is unfortunately the end of Windmaster's attempt right there, but very nice.
Very strong
huge
push,
amount of huge amount of progress. I think even like that might be the one place where the big old club is useful, like standing at a safe enough distance and just trying to.
It is, considering how long the bear takes to move towards you. If you do stand at a decent distance, it will eventually move towards you, and then you just give it a good old bop.
Exactly. Good on Yakasam. Really looking like she might be able to hold on to that extra life and head into the second stage right now. Just gotta deal with these flying.
Yeah.
Cavemen.
The flying caveman. Ooh. You know, evolution really could have gone a different way. I don't think I'd want wings, though. I'm fine being stuck on the ground. I'm afraid of heights. Can you imagine being afraid of heights, but having to fly every day?
That would be rough. I imagine some people have to, like planes at least.
I'd need to get, like, another anxiety chip. 2 of them for me. 2 anxiety chips. Gotta keep it down.
Yakasam makes it to the second level, but unfortunately loses her extra life before.
Dang it.
We'll
yeah.
Nothing's... it's still very much possible.
Yeah, the more you learn to fight, like, honestly, the first half hour or so is mostly about learning how to fight, and then getting a decent push or two towards the end, that is what's going to make the difference between who wins and who loses. Although Jakazam is kind of on my list of people who could potentially win Kuso6rande. So I don't want you to lose, Jakazam. I'm cheering for you.
I think Yakasam is a solid choice. She's very, very...
But Windmaster, you know, is really getting some good experiences and has shown that he is a solid contender. You know, it's very possible he can hold on to this lead. He already knows how to make it to the boss.
Windmaster, this is his first Kuso, right? I think.
I think it is, but he's done so well.
Yeah. I was gonna say, definitely. I have no clue if they've been part of other tournaments, like mystery tournament or whatever, but I think it is their first Kuso for sure.
Oh my gosh, Jakazam is just destroying this club man. Bam! Bop him on the nose, yeah! And you
There's
got
some
the
life
spear.
over there. You might want to rush toward it. You might want to just run.
Where is it? Those crystals?
Yeah, the yellow crystals just fill up your health bar.
Yeah. Welcome to the game. This game is rough.
Yeah, there's a lot of small decisions you gotta make. This time did not work out. Although I will say, speaking of anxiety, we're 30 minutes in, and I feel relieved that the players are doing as well as they are, because I was scared that we'd be stuck on the first level.
Yeah, I do feel like I made some progress in this game, but that I wasn't playing it on hard as well. Like, hard difficulty is absolutely destroying them, because as far as I can tell, it doesn't increase the number of enemies, but it probably increases, 1, the amount of damage they do, and 2, the amount, or it decreases the amount of damage that you do.
I think you're right on both counts, as I recall.
Oh my gosh, Jack, as I'm doing the long kick. Yeah, let's go foraging. And then get hugged. Again, any weapon is better than your fists, unless you're like Jackie Chan or something. But then again, the amount of times Jackie Chan like grabs a toaster and fights with that, you know, it is kind of surprising.
I don't know how often he fights saber-toothed tigers either.
He probably has at least once. Like I don't know. I haven't seen every Jackie Chan movie.
I also realized, because I was worried that I might not be able to find stuff, like with the search function as we were speaking of earlier, but I realized I probably saw at least the first object being picked up in like the demo, the scrolling demo.
Okay.
Which is fair game. Watching it as you're waiting for the match to begin.
Only trust your fists. Clubs will never help you. Okay, let me go ahead and let everybody know that science is amazing, and they have discovered that essentially humans are hardwired to use tools. When you use a tool, it actually accesses the same part of the brain like you're moving a body part. So as soon as you pick something up and use it as a tool, it essentially is part of you. It's really, really cool. Like, you know, so humans, even if they are not taught to use tools, will know how to use tools just because of the way that they're built. Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. The question, will they know how to use it the correct way, is probably not true. Like, if somebody gives you a screwdriver and you've never seen a screwdriver or screws before, you're probably going to treat it more like a knife inherently, is what I would guess. But again, I'm not a scientist, so I'd have no way of proving that.
You can always speculate here on Kuso.
But yeah, so anytime that you pick something up and use it as a tool in some way, it is technically, per your brain, an extension of you. And Chad is right. Essentially, that makes us some form of cyborg because that's how your brain treats it. I mean, guess what? If you take, like, a pencil, look at it, and then touch something with it, you can generally, like, figure out without sight, just because you've seen the pencil once, you can figure out how far something is away from you. You can also tell the shape, the contour, based off of the tool there. Even though you technically do not have any feeling from there, you can still figure out the world via manipulation of the tool. Sorry, I'm just really excited because it's so cool.
Very cool, very interesting concepts.
Yeah.
Humans are pretty cool in general.
Yeah,
unless,
I mean,
when
it's
they're
something
not,
like tools have tools, even if it started out with basic clubs and spears and all this stuff, it's still super important for how humanity has developed. And without tools, we would definitely, like, I feel like that is the one thing that has given us a significant advantage as a species, the ability to manipulate the world around us.
For sure.
Yeah.
I love how both our players here have basically figured out that the best strat against that monkey is just going ham on it, just destroying it with a club. No respite.
I'm so glad that this game doesn't have like a stamina gauge or something so that you tire out, because that would be absolutely cruel. This game would be unplayable. Here's the deal. Jakazam is doing a good job of getting through early areas reliably, but she always takes damage. Luckily, there was a full health refill there right at the end of the stage.
Exactly. The main thing being trying to not lose that extra life as they head into the second level, which she manages. So
Yeah.
very nice.
This is her first time going into the second level with 2
I
lives.
think that might be true, yeah. I think that's true. Sakula writes in chat, I feel like I want to compete next year, but seeing some of these games, it scares me.
But here's the deal. You only have to play the game for an hour. And
Yeah,
then as
it's
soon
1
as that
hour.
hour is up, nobody expects you to do good when it comes to a bad video game. That's sort of the charm, I feel, of the tournament, is that everybody who plays is going to be struggling. And, you know, there's some people who are inherently better at games that they've never played before, and there are people who are inherently worse. I tend to be on the worse side, but we have plenty of people who have joined who never thought that they would do well, and then somehow have made it towards the end of the tournament. Like, you just don't know until you've done it. And once you have tried it, then you can say, oh, this is for me, or oh, this is not for me.
Exactly. I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
And
Also,
it's,
we try to be encouraging around here as well, and realize, you know, even though we joke about individual players from time to time, it still is fully something that, you know, they're volunteering for entertainment, and I want everybody to win, but not everybody can. And that's fine. My general approach is, as long as I, like, make a little bit more progress when I try again, I feel some level of satisfaction. Yeah, I've come in fourth before in matches, and it's like, well, yeah, but that game sucked. It's not my fault.
Yeah, and that's also a thing that I think we don't like talk about too much, but oftentimes it's a little bit luck of the draw. Like, some games click with you and some don't. That's just how it is. And as you say, some people are just beasts at all kinds of genres and games. But I think to most of us, it's just like sometimes I don't want to say that Kuso is all about like what game you get, but it's certainly a factor at times.
Yeah, at times, which I think this year more than other years, we've been giving out games that are not just a standard platformer. We have, of course, I ended up giving the platformer for the day. What we have had a lot of platformers in Kuso6rande these past years, and this year we've definitely had. You know, every year it seems like we're getting a better mix, and I feel like this year has reached the best mix so far. And simply put, you know, you can know how well you'll do with the platformer sort of after playing a few, but then you get a mystery genre like this one, which, as far as I can tell, it has tank controls. It's janky fighting that's sort of built in a style of Alone in the Dark, which, guess what, did not have a great fighting style. It technically is sort of a platformer, but more an adventure stab 'em up. I don't even know. 3D adventure game maybe is the best way to describe it, but it does not control the way that you would expect. And that's part of the excitement here, getting a genre that sort of defies all explanations.
Yeah, for sure. Nice on Yaka-san there to think on her feet, switching from the spear to the club, fighting against that saber-toothed tiger, as it seemed to be struggling with just a spear.
Yeah, like, going after a tiger with, like, with a club makes sense, you know, especially if you're not very precise and they're fast. The more agile they are, the less a spear will work.
Yeah, and also I think like
the bear.
We're back.
Let's see if Yaka-san can land some hits.
For Yaka-san, yeah.
Because,
I think if they land a hit, they'll be in the lead, I think.
I think so. Okay, no hit yet.
It's... Oh, no!
What? Insta-kill?
No!
Wow.
I think she got, like, just pushed off the edge. Oh, that's so rough.
I mean, kudos to the bear doing its job of what's a bear's job? Winning, I guess.
I guess, yeah, winning, protecting that, cave, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta protect your den.
Let's
Okay.
hope that doesn't affect Yakasam too much.
That's
They
a
still
very
have time to make
important
that.
note for anybody who plans to time travel and defeat computer viruses. You got to pay attention to your environment, okay? You're not just a computer guy. You're the world around you is possibly real, even though people dissolve into triangles. And if there is a ledge, do not stand too close to the ledge. Chat is asking who's in the lead, by the way. Both of the players have made it to the bear. However, Windmaster got there first. I don't believe either player has dealt any damage to the bear.
Yep.
So whoever
think
can
you're
get
right.
there next and land a hit will move into the lead.
Exactly. For the moment, Windmaster, but as you said, neither has actually hit the bear yet, so it's very much up in the air.
Yeah, Jack. As far as we could tell, we'd want to go and review if Windmaster hit the bear at all. I don't recall seeing any, but honestly, I could have
Yeah.
just not paid enough attention.
I think
It
the bear
happens.
made short work of Windmaster, as I recall, but definitely worth checking later.
I'm actually shocked the throwable weapons that Jakuzam used were actually extremely useful. Although, now that I know those exist, it might be something that you'd want to hold on to for later on, especially if you need to deal damage to the bear. Hold on to your
True.
projectiles.
That's good thinking, actually.
Yeah, that's something that I might consider, because the wall right now is definitely the bear. How
I
do you get
remember
there and then
using-
actually land any sort of hit?
I remember using the spear, as I recall, when I tried to get through here.
I believe I used the spear as well when I played this. I think I beat prehistory. At its ancient history, been there, done that. Because after this, you go to Roman world.
I'm checking
Rome.
right now, and even though, Windmaster did indeed not damage the bear whatsoever.
Okay. So it is a dead tie between the two players.
Yeah.
That's always so exciting. I love it. I love it. Come on. Punch the caveman. Punch him in his wherever. All deals damage. Windmaster getting a little bit of a combo and using the rocks against this caveman. I feel like Windmaster took a lot of damage, but there is a little health over there in the corner. That health helps a lot. It's only the red crystal, I believe, that gives you the full refill. The yellow crystals give a decent amount of a heal, but honestly, if you just want to conserve your health and not get hit whenever at all possible.
Yeah, very much the name of the game, I think, as well. Just holding on to as much as you can. Especially in this situation they're in, like in this race, knowing that... Or, well, they don't know how far the other players gotten. But
They don't
can
know
probably
that they're
assume-
tied.
Yeah, but they can probably assume that there hasn't been a ton of progress. But who knows?
The rough thing about Kuso6rande as well is that most of the time when you're playing, you feel like you're losing because the games actively fight back against you. But remember, if you are struggling, that means that the other players are most likely struggling. You shouldn't, the biggest thing is that I end up psyching myself out, and because of that, towards the end of matches, I play like trash. Absolutely play like trash at the end. It's a fairly consistent thing for me. Play like trash.
Our math said it better than I did. Based on the fact that the game is impossible, they can probably assume that there hasn't been a ton of progress.
Yeah. but yeah, always keep in mind that if you're struggling with a specific part, most of the time other people are going to be struggling, and if they're not, it's okay. You know, this is a game, or, you know, it's a challenge that you can still overcome yourself. And if for some reason everybody blew past you, then there's really no pressure, you know? It's going to be something, you know, if you eventually get past that obstacle, it's fine. The others win, but you got the moral victory. Yeah. But again, it's easy to psych yourself out. I think that a lot of players who make it this far are pretty good at not getting too hyped up. In fact, if we usually talk to the players after the matches, Jackazam almost always sounds bored after the games that she plays. Like, okay, go ahead and mark my words, everybody. I'm not going to say anything about that. But Jackazam is like, no, that was a game. Okay. I'm like, I would be like breathing deep and just panicking.
I don't know if you noticed, bro, but Windmaster actually tried to use the big club against the enemies here in the start.
Didn't work so well, huh?
No, it did not work right.
Unfortunately, Windmaster has taken a death, so that's going to make the rest of the stage a little bit difficult. Yeah, any weapon that has a decent amount of charge time, you have to use it in very specific ways. If you try to rush, it's not going to work.
Being
and only specific enemies.
Well.
Yeah, Jackazam is on to this double caveman fight as well. She luckily has a little time to grab some of the health pickups while fighting, so good. Unfortunately.
Windmaster, pick up the health. He's got the big health, the extra life right to the left of him.
It's so far away, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Windmaster is dead. That is game over. I think Windmaster has one more try.
Yeah.
But with that said, Windmaster still is technically winning because while they are tied, Windmaster got to the bear first. If Jackazam can get there and land a hit. Lit a hand. Land a hit. Yeah,
and Jackazam is basically up to the exact same spot that Windmaster was in just a moment ago.
Yeah, and
we'll see.
I still don't think these spears are the right weapon against the monkeys, but I guess if they keep charging at you straight, maybe it can work, but the club seems to do much better.
I think if you want to use a spear here, you should probably try and back up a little bit.
Hey, it worked.
Yeah, it did, in fact.
Well, okay, never mind. I was wrong.
Yeah, as we often are. But, you know, it is what it is. But Jackazam will for sure have her opportunity to make some progress again.
I think she's waiting right now because there should be an enemy. There should be an enemy spawning, and you want to kill the enemy before getting the full health pickup if you have enough health to deal with it, and she did.
Yeah, the monkey fell off the cliff.
Stupid
making
monkey.
it easy. Yeah. Let's hope Jackazam doesn't do the same.
That would be great if you could do that to the bear. OMG.
That would be great, but I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, okay. Time for a little more
fighting. This is
fighting.
also probably not a great spot to use the spear in, as she's like above him. Just stop slamming
there we
down.
go. The club, that's the right way. Anytime that you're above an enemy, having some sort of swinging weapon is definitely better. Like, you know, if you have a lightsaber, you're not going to try to fence with it if they're below you, okay? Remember, when Obi-Wan had the upper ground, what did he do? He chopped. Then Anakin had no arms or legs left.
Undisputable evidence. Paul says, aren't the chips only required to get the true ending or something? No clue, actually. I only know that they help out with like the corruption gauge, the one in the middle right.
Oh, Chiron. Spoilers? Well, guess what? If you haven't seen a movie that's all... How old is it? It's getting close to 20 years old. Yeah, I will say I will avoid spoiling anything. I will avoid talking about anything that has been within the last year and like try to avoid any at all. And I will avoid major spoilers for probably about 5 years. And after that, oh, it's too bad. You gotta plug your ears.
Looking at Yakuza right here. Oh, this is... No, you can't go past!
Oh my gosh, just hit the bear! Hit the bear! Bear's angry. Oh, bear. Almost? Nope.
Oh.
Honestly, learning how to hit and then bopping it, I think is one of the best ways to deal with the bear. Oh.
Why isn't taking damage?
Oh, geez. Jackson, a single hit. A single hit is all you need to take the victory today. Can you get a hit?
Yeah, she threw a rock, but that also did not hurt it. Why? What's the deal here?
Very thick skull here.
Oh no! Oh, you can't fist fight the bear.
Oh, he just slapped your face. Oh. Well, that was rough. We could not see any measurable progress against the bear. Now, I've personally killed this bear. I don't remember how, but I do remember killing it.
Yeah.
Cadence is saying that the bear may have more than 4 health bars. That is very possible. Remember, everybody, when it comes to very close matches like this, especially in Kuso6rande, we have a ref, Cadence here, who puts a lot of work into making sure that judgment at the end is fair. Even if it looks like it went a certain way, sometimes we're wrong on our end. I'm often wrong. Yeah. Not afraid to admit it. Sometimes I'm a total Dorcas.
Yeah, I'm looking at a long play on YouTube myself just to like have a look here. And they don't appear to have more health bars.
But is that on hard?
Yeah, that's a question. That's a question, isn't it?
Because I don't imagine most people would want to play this on hard. Windmaster is just entering in a name. I like Jack Zem's approach. One more try, one more attempt. There might be just enough time to make it back to where you were. And as long as you make a tiny bit of progress, who knows? That might be enough to take the victory. And in this case, it absolutely is. Tiny bit of tiny bit of progress is all you need.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the long play just hits the bear. Yeah, while, as you said, quite likely to be on an easier difficulty, it's still a little bit weird.
Yeah, that is very strange. Honestly, if somehow they got a copy of the game where the bear's just invincible on this difficulty, it'd be sad.
Yeah, that would be awful.
Honestly, we go and just verify what happened with games when there is a question like this. The bear's immune to death, as far as I can tell. But yeah, that's why we review the games.
Yeah, that's,
and while it's not super common for something like that to happen, it definitely could. I mean, while it's not super common, it has happened before. Welcome to putting on a tournament. When you have, like, who knows how many games in a tournament, sometimes you just end up with some really weird stuff happening.
Indeed. Yeah, it is curious because it did look like a lot of those hits should have landed for Yakuza for sure.
Oh yeah.
I think they're both given up at this point.
Yeah, I feel like we can probably call the match at this point. There's no way they're making it back to that. So I'm calling it. We are done with this match. That is time. I don't want to listen to this anymore. We're done. We're calling it time. Everybody throw your hands up in the air and dance around a little bit because we have had a hot match.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we go. It appears that Windmaster WE has taken first, but we do have the question, is the bear invincible? And Cadus is currently working on scoring the game. I'm inviting both of them to come and join General Voice if they'd like. Hello there, Windmaster. Welcome.
Welcome.
Okay, let me bring in Jakazam as well. Hello there, Jakazam.
Hello.
So, this was a fun game. I've actually played this game before. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I bet that I played on easy rather than hard because hard is, oh boy, it's difficult. So
Yeah.
here's the deal. You both made it to the bear.
Okay.
And as far as I saw, neither of you dealt any damage, and I don't know why. Because you both tried. You really tried to scratch that bear.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out if we were supposed to like hit somewhere other than the head.
Like
I even went up to the bear and tried the action button and then just kind of shrugged at the bear as it mauled me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks kind of weird, honestly. Like you both made like attacks that did look like they should be hitting, but for some reason they weren't. So we're a little bit unclear right now.
Actually, I think chat is saying that there is a tip from online with the prehistory bear. Equip your large club, and this only works if he's on all four legs. Whack him in the head, switch to a lighter weapon, and dodge backwards until you're out of his range. Wait about 10 seconds to cool off, then repeat about 4 times. I do feel like that's sort of how you deal with it. But it's been so long since I played this, I don't remember. I just remember he was a big patootie to me.
Yeah, I don't know. He just, no matter what I tried, it didn't do anything. I hit him with a large club, a spear, a rock. Nothing seemed to do anything to him. It was very weird.
Yeah! I wonder if it's that one club that has the warm-up that you have to hold like above your head 5 seconds and then whop.
That could be it. It could be that you actually have to use that to engage any sort of damage to him.
Yeah, it could be weapon specific. I'm really not sure. What do they use in the video that you were looking at, Savane?
Yeah, they used the big club.
The big heavy one?
After having used the huge club, and after having used that, they switched to the spear later on. And that might be how it's intended? Like...
Is that a weapon that I didn't get, the huge club?
Yeah, it's quite possible. It's you have to search at the beginning of the second.
Yeah, I tried
stage.
searching because I saw that club there. I tried searching at it twice, and he just shrugged. I'm like, I see this giant club there. I want the giant club, but he just keeps shrugging at it. I don't understand what I'm doing. I was like, I guess it's just a background thing. I don't know.
Anyways,
I really wanted one.
There is still a lot of confusion going on about it because some walkthroughs say using spears work. I don't know what happened. It's possible that hard difficulty makes it a puzzle fight because whatever. Kuso6rande, the bad video game tournament, is here just to cause problems. With that said, you know, Kate is going back and scoring the match. Just from eyeballing it, it looked like Windmaster got to the bear first. Jakazem got there second. So if it comes down to that being the deciding factor, Windmaster will take the victory. But we don't know 100% for sure at this point.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I have to ask Jakazem, what are your thoughts about the game?
I enjoyed it. It made me laugh a lot. I liked the hidden bonuses that just hurt you. That was fun.
Yeah.
The really threatening, slow-moving rock that would somehow take you out.
Yeah!
I love how getting hit by that thing once
like
means you're just dead.
It's like a steamroller, okay? Steamroller doesn't have to go fast, but you still don't want to stand in front of it, you know? Rocks are really heavy. So I'm gonna go ahead and say if there is a medium-sized large boulder rolling your way, just don't stay in front of it. Let it go. Let it go. It could kill you. Could absolutely murder you. Yeah, Windmaster, your impressions of the game, Jakazem said this made her laugh quite a bit.
I mean, it was a lot like, I wonder what all the differences are between normal and hard, because I feel like this game could be fun if the enemies didn't, like, read your inputs as hard as they do.
I don't imagine their AI is any worse when difficulty goes down. I think it's just the amount of damage you take and the amount of damage you deal becomes a little bit more reasonable.
The AI is still very mean and just... as you said, reads inputs and keeps you at arm's length, or rather, maybe a club's length.
Oh, that first club guy when all you have is the bone shard. He was the real final boss of that game.
Yeah. Well,
That's very fair.
Think that is all that we have. Now, because I don't know 100% for sure who lost, I still want to get, just in case you get buried. And Jakazem, you're probably getting buried, but I don't 100% know.
I'm gone.
I think you probably are. Do you have any final words for your tombstone?
Can I just have, like, the Sonic drowning music? I just want that.
Okay, Sonic drowning music. Those are your final words there.
Very good.
So, seriously, thank you so much. And Cadus, our ref, has indeed eliminated you, Jakazem. Don't blame me. Don't blame Zavane. It's Cadus.
I blame the bear.
Cadus, they have put a lot of work into it. So, thank you so much. They are just fantastic. And yeah, it's the bear's fault, not Cadus's. They're just a ref. Don't blame them. Okay. Jakazem, Windmaster, thank you so much. I'm really sad that you're out, Jakazem, but seriously, great job today. I'm really happy that you were able to make it into the bracket again.
Right, yeah, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
And Windmaster, good luck on your next match. I'll see all of you later. Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.